Back to school means back to sports for many kids who play, while many build lifelong memories and make new friendships with their teams. Some kids face immense pressure to win and succeed, which can cause undue stress for young people. What can kids gain from playing sports besides just trophies and medals? Janine Charron is here this morning. She's a speaker, writer, and former NCAA hockey player for the University of New Hampshire, and she's got an incredible program that she's going to share with us. Janine, welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
It's great to have you on. That's an important question. What can kids get out of sports outside of winning and getting trophies? What else? What are the benefits? And you're here to talk about that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the most important things that is overlooked is feedback. I mean, in our lives, we are constantly getting feedback. This interaction, I'm getting feedback on how I'm presenting myself, on whether you're smiling or someone who's being more reserved in the workplace. They're learning all the time. They're being criticized on their play. You come off the bench. So what is the first thing we do when we get feedback? We naturally get defensive, right?
Right.
But it is something that we're constantly being drilled into athletes, and it's all over the years.
Okay, so it's not just about winning. Let's go into this. Okay,
No,
like
which
you
is
said,
applicable to
it's
life.
so true.
Right?
Feedback is very important, right?
You're going to get it in your family. You're going to get
Right.
it at home. You're going to get it in the workplace, whether we like it or not, how we respond to the feedback. And if it's negative, what happens? We kind of emotionally hijack ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're kind of distant from the person who gave us. But if we're open to it and being coachable, which is the number one thing that I believe sports teaches athletes, of course we all want to win and the elite,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
an amazing athlete
I know,
yourself.
I know. Yeah.
So I think coachability when it comes to feedback and just being that self-aware athlete.
Yeah. Okay, next up, you've got this.
Teamwork. I mean, we know it's everything. What do they say? If you want to go far, something go far, or you want to go a little, go alone. If you want to go far, go with the team.
Go with the team.
Collaboration, communication, trust. Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? Right? I always speak to athletes about what are you taking care of when you're away from the rink or outside the arena, right? If you need to work on your shot, are you doing extra reps? You have a skill set, I have a skill set,
Right.
I have weaknesses. So if we, as a team, know where we can pick up the pieces, as a whole, we're so much more impactful.
So important.
Yeah.
Absolutely important. Okay, next up, resilience and adaptability. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, losing. Losing is tough. Again, the whole feedback is not just about winning, but losing, it forces you to reassess yourself, right?
Yeah.
And again, I always go back to being a more self-aware athlete. So what did we do right and what did we do wrong?
Yes.
And where can we improve? And athletes are notorious for learning how to be adaptable. Conditions are not always going to be perfect. Referees aren't always going to make the best calls, right? Depending on the weather. Right?
Yeah.
It can affect everything. So being able to adapt on the fly, I think, is one of a big benefit to sport for athletes.
It's amazing about sport. It's so much more than being on the pitch, on the field. It's so much more than that on your mark, get set, go, and racing. It's about all these different things that shape you as a greater human being.
Well, and I love that you just said that because that's what's something very passionate, that I'm very passionate about, is life after sports. And so if we can cultivate and nurture these things while athletes are in sport, when they transition, it's not going to be such a blow, and they're going to be better contributing citizens of the world, better members of their family, all the things.
There you go. Okay, next up, focus on the process.
Exactly. I mean, think about what athletes
good.
have to do day in and day out. You're constantly practicing. You're doing the same routine over and over. We thrive on it. We love it, as you experienced yourself. It's easy to get focused on the championship,
Yes.
but the process is where the magic happens.
Yes.
Nobody ever remembers like the 2 minutes you're on the stage. You remember the, oh my gosh, the 8 months that we worked and we jived as a team and we showed up at 6 a.m. and we did the extra work. Everybody remembers that.
The details
right?
are so important, right?
exactly.
You don't want to overlook that. And the final point?
Yeah, leadership qualities. And you don't have to have a C on your jersey to be a leader. You can lead by example through work ethic. We had leaders at my university that they were silent, but they did everything based on their work ethic, right? So there's so many different ways that you can lead. And if you're injured, how do you treat your teammates off the ice, right? Or when you're on the bench? Are you cheering them on, or are you just feeling sorry for yourself that you're not injured? So there's so many wonderful qualities that you can teach an athlete based on the adversity, the adaptability piece, right? Teamwork, communication.
Exactly.
So
it's so true.
All things that I like to focus on.
I love this. Janine Charron it's not just about winning, it's about all these wonderful components that come together in sport, whether you're at this high level or whatever level it is, you can learn and grow from sport.
Exactly.
And you are doing that work, going out there and teaching the kids that. We love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there any way that folks can get in touch with you?
Yeah, I have my website, JanineCharron.com. All my socials are on there, my phone number, email, so easiest one, JanineCharron.com.
Your inspiration. I love it. Thanks,
Thank you.
Janine.